Thank you for your questions last week. I had a few questions from some of you, especially when it came to intercalation, because what I mentioned last week didn't fully tell the whole story. So hopefully I'll be able to tell you the complete story today, partially also because I didn't have all the information last week. So hopefully this week I will be able to explain everything and everything will make sense. First of all, this calendar has 364 days per year, right? We established that last week. And that the solar year has 365.24 days, right? Which is 1.24 days longer every year. 6-year cycle, remember we talked about the 6-year cycles that the calendar has? A 6-year cycle has 1,184 days, and the solar years, when we come to 6 solar years, comes to 1,191.5 days, right? Which is 7.5 days longer. Everyone with me so far? This is why we need to intercalate 1 week every 6-year cycle. Does someone see a problem with that? The fact that we still have a half-day discrepancy. Every 6 years, can you see that it's 7.5 days longer? If we add 7 days, we still have that half day. So we're not exactly in line with the solar year. Now, what do we do with this discrepancy? In order to make up for this discrepancy, the issue we have here is that we need to maintain a 7-day week. We can't interrupt or change that. One way you could do it, and the way I thought it would possible before, is you add you add the 7 days, one cycle, and then you add 8 days to make up for it, and because by the second cycle it makes up 1 day, so you add 8 days. But by doing that, you're now no longer maintaining that 7-day week. Okay, the only way to do this is we need to wait until that half day becomes 7 days. Keep doing the adding 1 week at a time, every 6-year cycle. Eventually, that half day becomes 1 day, 1.5, 2 days. Eventually, you make up for it becomes 7 days. That takes 14 cycles, 14 6-year cycles, or 84 years. You with me so far? By that stage, we add an extra week, that's 7 days, which is a fortnight for that particular year, and we're back in sync with the solar calendar. All right? Now, we know from last week that 2019 was year 1 of the Jubilee cycle, when everything reset. 2019, okay? That means we added 1 week when we started last year in 2025 was year 1. So we added 1 week then. Okay. So the 2019 was the beginning of that cycle. It means one week every 6 years and a fortnight in the year 2103. That's 84 years from 2019. So 2103, we would need to add 2 weeks at the end of that year to be back in sync. Now, a really interesting pattern that I found calculating all this is that at the 84 years, 7 lots of that is the same number as 2 of the Jubilee cycles. So basically, in 2019, you can do this talking on the calculator. In 2019, if you add 84 7 times, it takes you to 2,603, I think, which is basically the same as if you did 2 lots of Jubilee cycles. So that's how they stay in sync. Every 2 Jubilee cycles. That's how we got to 2019. That was the second Jubilee cycle. If hopefully I'm not confusing you, but you can do this on your calculator and at home, and you'll see what I mean. But that's another little pattern to show you how this calendar is very precise and very interesting. So if you have any further questions, I'm more than happy to answer those afterwards. But thank you very much.